right, welcome in, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. But yeah, we are here for our fourth session of Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing through our campaign of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So far, our adventurers have gotten a quest from Volthamp Godard, and they saved his friend. Volthamp gave them a run-down manor/tavern, which last session we spent a bunch of time going over and learning what we needed to do to fix things. You guys were able to trade in some of your treasures for some gold, and now we are at the point where we're waking up in the morning about 2 days after you have gotten the tavern. And yeah, so far you guys wake up and you put in the order for some furniture just before you went to bed last time. So we have learned that you guys actually had more treasure than you thought you had. So I'm going to let you guys retcon that and kind of discuss between yourselves whether you'd like to go with because you guys chose to do for 20 gold, the basic furniture. If you would rather, you can upgrade to the 200 gold, knowing what you know now. So yeah, go ahead and discuss between yourselves, real.
So I really don't need a bed. I'm just going to fall asleep in the library in a chair.
There's currently no chairs that are of any use there.
I think
buy one.
I think we're still waiting for that carpenter to give us our.
Yeah,
he's still
we're
working on all our stuff.
3
right?
days out, I think.
So yeah, the carpenter. You guys decided to go with the 20 gold option, so basic furnishings for the entire place. But there's the 200 gold option, which makes it a little bit better and would actually make it possible for you to open for business at some point. Whereas, the poor conditions where you are in the North Ward, which is a little bit on the richer side of things, would not allow you to really
open.
You could open, but people would not be very happy. Let's put it that way.
Well, what do you think? Now that we got a little more gold, what do you think, guys?
I mean, I argued for the 200 gold,
But we didn't have it, though, at the time. So that's why I argued against it.
All right.
But now that we have it, I feel like we should furnish our beautiful, not so upkept inn.
I'll say it'll certainly make it easier to deal with the various nobles and factions if we do need to invite them over. So I'll go with what the group decides, but I'd say I for my vote.
So how much gold do we have total?
480?
You have 480 in silver, basically, and you've converted some of that. You could probably pay in silver bars for some of the work, but you would lose out if you didn't go to a money changer to change out the rest. You'd lose out a little bit. It wouldn't be insane. Yeah, what do you guys think?
So basically, we have about 180 gold on us right now.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you have more than that. You changed out 180 in the silver, right? Plus, you each had your own gold. I think. I mean, you guys all handed T-Elf. I think it was like 35 or 40 gold, and then you each had some leftovers as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with the additional 6 bars that we have,
I feel like we should be able to furnish at the inn.
Mm-hmm. So what I can do is I can go back just on my own and sell those bars just so we can exchange it and have liquid currency to, get through. But I think it's a good idea. What do you all think? Should we just go ahead and make the...
I'm not so sure how amiable he's going to be to you trying to exchange silver bars, because you were pretty intimidating when we were last there.
That wasn't me that was intimidating. That was Abbott, wasn't it? I can't remember. That's so long ago.
Yeah. He might react the same way.
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh no, Abbott.
I might have mentioned something about elves that he didn't like.
So you guys ran into another character, and that was the one that Abbott basically full on threatened. And that was the ambassador for the Innkeepers Guild, who
Sure.
you guys kind of chased off there.
Temporarily.
So Abbott, would you like to go to the market, and I'll go back to the carpenter? And
Sure.
does that sound good to you,
Sure.
Or Sizzle and Thea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I
Okay, are we wanting to like furnish the whole place, or are we
Yes.
just enough to get us comfortable for living quarters?
So the 200 gold would be basic furnishings for the entire place. And you would,
Including the bar, including the tavern part.
Well, that's not too bad. No, that's not too bad at all. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a deal. I think it's a deal. I agreed with the bard, but the problem is that we just didn't have the money at the time.
Right.
Mhm. And keep in mind that's just furniture. You'll still have to get other things up and running if you would like to actually open a business. For example, you're going to need some kind of food delivery service to get the kitchen up and running. You will need to get the tap room up and running with alcohol. And then, that, for example, some of that, and get into more of that as we get ready to actually.
Mhm. Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like your adventure may be more interesting than mine, Abbott. So, Tithea, are you just going to stay with Sizzle, or would you like to accompany Abbott?
Basically, I mean, we can assume you guys will just head. You can just head there. You've already been there once, right? So you can head over there. You've already talked to the carpenter and ordered some things. So you can basically just go over and let them know you'd like to upgrade to the next version. And we'll assume you do that. But, however, as you walk out the front door, you see a snake with wings that comes
I'm sorry. I wanted to go with him
Okay.
and stop by the bookstore.
Okay, you want to stop by the bookstore? Okay, well, before you guys, as you guys are leaving the door, you run into basically it looks like a flying snake. It's a serpent with wings that is flying, and it's kind of just flying around your front door. What would you like to do?
I roll a perception check to see if I know anything about this.
This would be an insight check.
Okay, so
yes, go ahead.
Would you like to do it, Sizzle? Do you have Are you a little bit more insightful than I am?
Not exactly.
Okay, I'll do an insight check. 19. Well,
19?
20 because it's 19.
So
19 plus 1.
This flying snake, it's nothing harmful, but it definitely resembles the tattoos you have seen on certain members of what you would recognize as the Zentarum.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Not them.
I mentioned to Wizzy, I'm pretty sure I've seen that on a tattoo. Do you think that it could be some kind of something to spy on us by chance?
Possibly. We did, we have definitely
we could ask it
quarreled
first
with
off.
them.
Okay, I approach it and I see if maybe I can see what it does.
So as you approach it, it flies right down to you, and you see tied to the middle of its body what looks like a little scroll. It flies right up to you and kind of hovers in front of you.
Okay, I reach out and I grab the scroll.
All right, you grab the scroll and it just flies off into the distance. Its job has been completed.
All right, I open the scroll and I try to read it.
All right, so on it is some fairly rough writing, but legible. And on it says, "The rumors are flying. You've made a name for yourself. Want to be a part of something big? Find me in the Yawning Portal. Signed, Davil Starsong."
Mm-hmm. So I slip the note into my pocket and I turn to Sizzle and I mention that we should continue on our way.
Sure. When we
And then we'll talk
we-
about it once we get back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to stop by the bookshop on your way?
I would love to stop at the bookshop.
Okay. Share this record here.
Provided G-Test doesn't mind.
No, I don't mind. I'm just along for the journey.
And we've got the bookworm's treasure here. So, yeah. You come around the corner. Obviously, you guys have seen this before and been here before, but there is a nice sign of a golden dragon, which is curled around a treasure hoard of books and scrolls on the side.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, it's a 3-story building. As you walk into the first floor, you smell the earthy scents of books and ink and all the good stuff you'd expect in a bookshop. And behind the desk, he looks like he is copying from a book. So he might be writing basically making a new copy of an old book, because you have to remember these days, there's no such thing as a printing press. So everything is handwritten or hand done. Hence the reason books may be very expensive. But yes, you walk in and got your little halfling behind, or no, it's a dragonkin sitting behind his counter, and he kind of doesn't even notice you guys. He's too focused on his work.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get some assistance?
Oh yes, sorry. Welcome. How are you guys today?
Fantastical. Thank you for asking.
Oh, good. Okay, what can I help you with?
My compatriot was here the other day and told me I might enjoy this place, so I thought I'd stop on in.
Oh, yes. I remember her. She told me all about you. Yes, we've got all kinds of books. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Are you looking for something in particular? What can I help you with?
I'm always interested in any sort of religious books or
Religious books,
anything about magic.
Magic.
Do you have
Well,
any preferences?
I mean, I do have a couple specific magic scrolls. They're not books to say, but would you be interested in those?
I'm also interested in scrolls.
Okay, so he gets up and goes behind the counter and reaches and pulls down a selection of scrolls for you. And he's got a myriad of spells for sale, basically. And so he starts with the basic spells and shows you a comprehend language spell, a detect magic spell, a feather fall spell, a find familiar spell.
Mm.
Can I learn more about the find familiar spell?
Yeah. So find familiar spell. It's your basic find familiar spell, and yeah, it allows you as a ritual to summon a familiar. And yeah, you should be able to just look in D&D Beyond, and it will pull out and look at your spell list. And I believe wizards have a find familiar. Let me see if I can pull that up for you.
I'd just like to remind you, she says, we already found a dwarf. I don't know if you need another familiar.
True. That is true.
Wait, a dwarf is a familiar?
May as well be.
So
That's how useful it is.
Considering,
Very, you mean?
But yeah, familiars are useful. They take the shape of a random animal in the world. They are an arcane spirit, but they can do basic tasks for you, help you. I mean, they might be able to help you with cleaning and things like that.
do you have anything in the fire realm?
Oh, yes,
By
I
chance?
might have a little something in the fire realm. He goes back behind the desk and pulls down 2 scrolls. He shows you the first one. This here, a spell of continual flame. It is quite nice. It will basically give you flame forever. Who wouldn't want that? And then he shows you the second scroll and goes, this one here, this is, well, I don't know if I can just sell this to you. This one can create some real damage.
And the Forever Fire can? I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
I mean, the continual flame spell is basically, it's a spell that allows you to create a continual flame. It's no more dangerous than creating like a lantern or having a lantern, right? You could, you could use it to cause havoc, but the other one he shows you is a fireball spell, which is a massive combustible, dangerous spell that is a huge area of effect.
And it sounds
Go for
amazing.
it, Wizzy.
It sounds amazing. How much is that one?
Oh, this one here? Well, the fireball spell, as I said, I don't think I can just sell this to you. You would have to prove yourself to me first.
Ooh, like a quest?
Well, I don't know about a quest, but we need to get to know each other a little better. You could say, bring me a couple books. I might be willing to trade, and then I would know what kind of person you are. Know that you take care of things.
Oh, I can do that. Absolutely.
Is it?
This is my trade.
Bring me 3 books that I have never seen before, and we will make our trade.
Fair enough.
All right. That it?
Yes, I will get right on that task and deliver your books as soon as possible.
All right.
G-Test?
I have a question. Do you happen to have a book on the nobility that lives within the city in Waterdeep?
Oh, well, of course. I mean, a genealogy? We've got plenty of genealogies.
The genealogy, maybe that one that shows a little bit of the history as well. I'd like to, if I'm going to be doing business here, I would certainly like to check up on the families and, those in power. So,
well, of course. I mean, that information is not easy to come by. But I make myself well known for finding books from far and wide, and
excellent.
I might be
How much would such a book cost?
Well, I mean, I could part with one for a mere 100 gold pieces.
100 gold pieces? I will think on it and maybe ask around. As you said, everyone should have a book on genealogy. So it seemed like it would be a little bit more common than your price suggests. But
well, I mean, it takes almost a full week to transcribe a book, let alone the knowledge and what you can use that for.
That is true. Again, I'll confer with my my group and see if that's a price that we can afford. If not, if you can think of any types of tasks or errands that you need done that might be able to lower that price, let me know. But I think we need to be on our way. But I appreciate the offer.
Yeah. You guys would then leave the bookshop, head in. You'd head back to the same moneylender that you guys went to before. He would happily give you guys the same price for your silver bars as you had gotten the day before, being very familiar with the product you've brought him. Takes next to no convincing. 48 gold pieces each at 8 gold bars extra, right? Somewhat math.
I think we sold 4 last time.
Oh, 6. Yeah, so
we have 6. So 288 gold total.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You are done with that. What? You just want to head back to the tavern?
Yeah, I believe so. Unless
Okay.
Sizzle, would you like to go anywhere else on our way back? Yeah, I would just swing by some like a food vendor that's close by and grab some food for everyone and bring it with us.
I would say you could probably get food for So they've headed from the tavern here down to the market. And yeah, you could probably get food for everyone for, let's say, 2 silver pieces for a meal for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, mark that off. And yeah, you guys head back to the tavern. By the time you get back, Abbott has already come back from visiting the carpenter. And the carpenter is right over here. This is where our fellows Troll Skull Manor. This is their new residence, which is run down, and they're working to repair. Yeah, you get back. And yeah, have you told everyone about what you read in your note yet?
Not yet, but as we sit in, I put the food down on the table and I ask everyone to pull up some chairs.
You guys don't have a table or chairs yet.
I put it on the counter and I ask everyone to get closer.
So, yeah.
I pull up the note and I sit it down and I let everyone know that the people who we just slaughtered their followers, I guess we impressed them.
You didn't actually. So you guys slaughtered the Xanatar follows.
Okay, so the Zentari. Okay, so the enemies of the folks that we slaughtered down in the sewers. Well, I mean, we defended ourselves. I shouldn't be using the word slaughtered, but they've requested that we join their organization. So, what do you all think? They said that the note at least said it was on some kind of flying snake that had wings of all things, but it said that we've made a name for ourselves throughout the city, and that they wanted us to join them.
Join them permanently, or join them for a meeting?
So it could have been that they wanted us to meet with them. Let me look at my note and see what it says specifically.
Yeah. So the note just said, basically, find them at the Yawning Portal, and find Davil Starsong who signed the note.
I don't think it would harm us to go meet this gentleman.
I mean, I could hit the dance floor again if we're going there anyway.
So in the middle of this meeting, while you guys are discussing and eating food, Sizzle, you get this strange sensation in the back of your mind. And you would know what this is. This is a sending spell. And in the back of your mind, you hear, I am Vajra Safar, the Blackstaff. Word is, you've made a name for yourself. Some less than reputable people are taking an interest in you. Come to Blackstaff Tower at once. Bring your friends.
Guys, I just received a message and I was told to bring my friends. We can either
I
go to the
suppose that includes the bard?
From whom?
I'm not 100% certain.
Are you hearing voices again by chance?
Yes, yes I am. But that's just what happens when you're a wizard.
So it's a
Where are we supposed to go?
So yeah, if you didn't remember, Wizzy, she said the Blackstaff Tower.
Blackstaff Tower. Thank you.
And I can pull it up on the map. You guys are familiar with Waterdeep, so you would be pretty familiar with some of the major land points or points are. And so yeah, you would definitely know where the Blackstaff Tower is. Let me put it up on the map. The link is now shareable there. So yes, the Blackstaff Tower is right over here. So it's basically a short trip across the Sea Ward into the Castle Ward, and it is right along the cliff edge that is formed by what you would also know as Mount Waterdeep, which is a mountain it's a massive mountain. I think it stands like 4,000 meters tall. The city has been built around it. And it's, for those who know what Mount Rainier is, I often imagine Mount Waterdeep to be similar to Mount Rainier, where it just goes from ocean to a really tall cliff mountain. So yeah.
Do I know how many friends I'm supposed to bring?
said, bring your friends. I would assume that would mean everyone that was a part of your party when you
Whoa.
rescued Renar and our great friend Floon.
What we could do is just split up the group. I mean, I don't know if we necessarily need everyone, as long as we have one person there. I imagine that'd
I
be
think
good.
that's a terrible mistake.
Yeah, I don't think I should go by myself. So
I mean,
if
I was
you
saying like
guys
maybe
would rather
2
go
and
to the
2.
yawning portal, we can do that. I can answer their call later.
It's up to you.
I mean,
One
I don't
thing
expect
is-
you all to understand that.
You guys would
Be
recognize
willing
that
to listen to the
this.
voices in my head.
You guys would recognize that this is early-ish in the morning, so the yawning portal may not be bumping. You still would maybe probably be able to find him there, but it's up to you.
Yeah, Abbott, Thea, whatever you all think.
I think we
Maybe
should
go to
meet,
the tower first.
I think we should meet with the gentleman that first contacted us.
Sizzle?
I mean, that's fine. That would give me an opportunity to go back up to the library and collect the 3 books that we have and go back to the bookshop. And
Well,
hopefully
Thea
trade for
Thea was for
myself.
Thea was for the tower. Abbott was for the inn. I think you're the tiebreaker.
We'll do the inn this evening. The tower will have to wait.
Okay, sounds good.
Alrighty.
Before we go, let's I hand everyone your 72 gold pieces. I'm going to go stash mine up in my room in my safe. All but like 20 gold. I keep 20 gold on me.
Ready?
Mhm.
I mean, you guys don't really have a safe, but
I constructed something in my room that's kind of out of the way.
okay, you're gonna go
Saying
hide
is-
it in a nook
It's like
somewhere.
a hidden compartment. Yeah, it's a little hidden compartment that I made.
He's lifted the floorboards. I've checked.
No, pretty much. It's pretty much I lifted a floorboard. But Wiz used her to detect magic or detect something. Damn wizards. But
All right, so yeah, you guys head back down to the yawning portal. The yawning portal is all the way across town. It's gonna take you probably about an hour to get there. Would you like to hire a carriage to go faster? Yeah, so throughout Waterdeep, there's a system of carriages. Some are horse-drawn, some are drawn by people. But either way, they allow you to travel down the high roads in the center rather than down the sidewalks, and they would get you places faster.
I flagged down one of the carriages and asked, "What's the price for reaching the? We're going to the tower, or are we going to the inn?
Yawning portal.
Yawning
Yawning
Portal
Portal.
is the tavern section.
Okay,
But yeah, they'd say, "Oh, just 1 silver. It's quick."
cool. I flip him a silver and I hold the door open for my party members
Cool.
to join my group.
That'll take you half an hour to get there, give you a little more time in the day. But yeah, you guys would roll up to the Yawning Portal. And as soon as you walk in, a very finely dressed man who's sitting at a table by himself immediately gets up and starts to approach you guys. What would you like to do?
Wait for him to approach us.
Okay. So he approaches you and goes, "Hello, good sirs. My name is Gelester Silvermane. I've heard some interesting things about you. I wanted to know, do you have any interest in joining me? I'm a member of the Lord's Alliance. Would you like to sit down and have a drink? On me, of course."
You read my mind, and I sit down.
All right, so yeah, you guys all, I assume you're all together. You all go sit down at the table he was just at. He waves at our good friend Durnham, and he brings you all over a nice cup of wine, we'll say. And it is like 11 a.m. in the morning, so...
I will give him the secret high sign for Lord's Alliance.
Ooh, are you already a member?
Yes.
All right. So he goes, "Oh, Tathea, I did not realize that you were already a member. You know, the rumors are flying, but that was not a part of it." He goes, "Well, for those who don't know, the Lord's Alliance is quite a nice faction to be a part of. We all take care of each other and, you know, make sure that trade deals never go awry. If you are interested in joining me, I might have a task or two available for you."
I'm in.
Yeah, if Tathea's in, then I'm interested.
So Tathea is already a member, so she has already paid her dues, but he goes, "You know, it would only be a small dues, collected yearly, of course, but the benefits are beyond monetary compensation."
Such as?
Well, I mean, as I said, we all look out for each other. It's a network, to say the least. That you need something done, I can put you in touch with the right person. But of course, we do ask for something in return every once in a while. And then, G-Test, you're pretty familiar with the noble workings. Tathea, you're a member, so you may or may not understand this. But the Lord's Alliance is basically, it's an alliance of the wealthier nobility that have somewhat delusions of grandeur, but they are effective. But when there is not an imminent threat, the Lord's Alliance kind of squabbles between themselves, has a lot of silly politics and grudges and things like that. But when there is any kind of threat, and the Lord's Alliance is spread throughout the entire Forgotten Realm, you know, there's factions in Baldur's Gate, in Waterdeep, in Neverwinter. They call upon each other and rally to the cause. So overall, they are good, but while there's nothing to keep them occupied or no imminent threat, they squabble between themselves.
Distasteful.
But yeah, that's just the knowledge you would know, Jates, from being, you know, noble born and having seen some of this.
Right. So
Yeah, my backstory is I've done missions for them previously also.
Okay. So yeah, you would have a little renown with them then.
Yeah, so I share that backstory knowledge with the group, just so that they can be aware of some of the intricacies of dealing with such people, in order to better make our decisions. So I kind of look at everyone and, you know, everything that you say sounds good, but it seems like these are times of peace, and I'm worried that you might try to use us for, you know, your all's, I don't want to say schemes, but I've worked with a lot of nobility, and they're, you know, at times it kind of feels that way. I want to make sure that we remain autonomous enough to make decisions for ourselves. What would you require of us outside of yearly dues?
Well, as I said, you can use the Lord's Alliance to your advantage, but we have tasks that need doing. And of course, we always compensate people when they complete something for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I mean, I'm intrigued enough to be willing to wonder what the dues are.
You'd say, well, the dues are simple. Just 10 gold pieces for the year. A person.
That's not too bad. What are there any other hidden fees that we're not being told?
No, I mean, as I said, as long as there's no imminent threat, no.
So what happens if there is an imminent threat? What would you need from us? What would you
Well,
ask
we
of
need,
us?
of course, we need all hands on deck at all times. Whatever is necessary. Imminent, I mean. We've been through some hectic times, of course. You may have heard. Small demon invasion down near Baldur's Gate recently. Well,
Mhm.
of course, in the last 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
The Lord's Alliance themselves helped combat that. We may have been the reason the tide was turned. Something well worth being a part of.
So if we joined the Lord's Reach, would this prevent us from joining any other groups?
I mean,
Or-
yeah, so I mean, that wouldn't be a question you ask him. But you would know that nothing is going to stop you from joining other groups, but there may be some consequences eventually if you were to join something that is against the Lord's Alliance's, we'll call it viewpoint or motivations. Yeah.
There are other societies. There are some for bards, and there's some for thieves, and sort of, there are some different societies.
Yeah, and you don't all have to join the same society, right? You can do you can each join individual societies if you'd like. You can all join a society together. It's up to you.
I look over at the wizard and I say, the invitation from the gentleman, I should say, the invitation from the gentleman, he shall remain nameless, might be more your style, Sizzle.
I was feeling that as well.
As for me, I'm not going to join pompous lords and ladies. Where would I fit in? I'd just be muscle to them.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, I didn't really plan to extend that invitation to you anyway."
Oh. So what you're saying
And then he
is-
turns back to G-Tess and Sizzle. Obviously, Tathea is already a member.
Why did you not plan to extend that invitation to my friend Abbott?
Well, we don't just accept everyone here. It's, to say the least, for a certain type of people.
I don't believe I'm that type of person. Thanks for the offer, though.
All right.
I decide to join just because, with my background and my knowledge, I know the importance of having connections within the local lords and ladies, the
Alrighty.
nobility, may I say. So I hand over 10 gold.
Cool. So he'll take your purchase, and then he'll look over at Abbott and Sizzle and go, "Well, we've got some things to discuss between members only. Why don't you go make yourself useful somewhere else?"
Fine by me. You kids have fun.
Remind me when the city's burning and your towers turn to ash, I'll come for you first.
Is that a threat, sir?
It's always a threat.
I don't
You-
share his sentiment, though.
You amuse me. We'll see what happens on that day, fool. Yeah, and I assume you guys would walk off, maybe go look for the other
Okay.
guy, or maybe go over the bar and talk to Durnham. But he turns to the two, Tathea and G-Tess, lets them know. So, I can tell you right now that we might have a task for you if you're interested.
Hmm.
I'm interested.
So, well, let me tell you, as you may be aware, I've heard you may have come into the middle of this, but there is a gang war happening in the city at the moment, causing a lot of unrest and a lot of unwanted violence. But we have offered our protection to the Dung Sweepers Guild. We've offered to protect them while they do their job so that they can remain safe. If you're interested, you can meet them at the Mule Skull Tavern at dawn. It's in the Ship Ward, or it's on Ship Street in the Dock Ward.
Would you repeat that again?
Well, as I said, we have extended our protection to the Dung Sweepers during this time of unrest. They don't feel like they can safely do their job. We feel that we can't let our city fall into disarray. But if you are interested, we would like you, and of course you will be compensated for your efforts, to protect them for the next 10 days.
I think that we may be able to do that. I will confer with Thea, but I think in order to do my job a little more effectively, in order to hire perhaps a couple additional guards for us, would you happen to have any spare genealogy books? Being, someone, in the Reach Society, right? I imagine this wouldn't be too much of an ask of you.
Well, I don't have anything on me, but
perhaps you can send someone.
Might be able to reach out to some of my acquaintances, see what I can do.
I would
come back to me after you've protected the Dung Sweepers. Done your.
Where is it we're supposed to meet them?
So you're supposed to meet them at Mule Skull Tavern, which is on Ship Street in the Dock Ward. This is the nicer section of the Dock Ward. It's kind of on the main street, closer to the actual docks. Very busy street. I will share the link now. So right there is where the Mule Skull Tavern is. It's shared just to the left of where it says Dock Ward.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're supposed to meet them. Yeah, he says he'll reach out to his contacts and come back after the 10 days.
How will we know the contact whenever we go to the Skull Tavern?
Well, with the Dung Sweepers, it'll be pretty obvious.
All right.
It's the guild.
Yeah, Dung Sweepers. They sweep the poop in the city.
Well, I mean,
Good job.
I don't like to make assumptions about appearances, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm just making sure I was saying Dung Sweepers properly, so you got the aspect.
I mean, I got it.
Just making sure. Yeah. All right.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I drop my 10 gold, and then I probably already give it to you, but and then I stand up to leave. Thea, is there anything else?
Sounds good. When should we start?
It would be the next day, the next morning.
Okay.
In the morning?
Yes, morning. Early mornings. It says 6 bell. Meet them there at 6 bells. That'd be 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I thank him for the beer, and then I get up and make my way out.
So yeah, you guys get up and go and join the other two at the bar, talking to Davil. And as soon as you join them, you hear from across the room, "Hey, over here! Come on over!" And you look over and you see a very familiar looking half-orc female.
Mm-hmm.
You remember from first session. Yeah.
No, because I wasn't there.
Yeah. Abbott wasn't there, but the other three would remember the half-orc female that they...
right, we say. So
I you didn't actually save her.
Well,
you did heal her, I guess, and then she ran away.
Yeah. More, I whispered to Abbott, there was a brawl which first led us to the Zintherum. is that the Xanatar, they had there was a group of 5 that attacked, and we prevented them from murdering this half-orc. But do y'all want to go see what she wants?
Yes,
I
I'd like
am.
to see how well she healed.
All right.
So yeah, as you approach, she's standing up, holding 4 massive mugs of ale, and sitting next to her is a very, very attractive man with blonde hair and blue eyes, wearing very dark leathers, and he is sitting at the table, going over what looks to be some kind of ledger, and he is sitting at the table where she's standing at. She goes, I appreciate you guys healing me during that troll attack. But I probably could have taken him myself if those bloody Zentarum hadn't taken me down.
Well, you know, sometimes it takes a little bit more than ourselves to get to the end goal. How's your weapons?
I understand that just too well. Sounds like you're just the right fit for us. Sit down. We must talk.
Who is us?
So it's her and the very handsome gentleman in the black leathers.
Does he have a name?
If you would want to sit down, then yes,
I would
maybe.
like to sit down.
Okay, so you all sit down. You get handed your mugs of ale, and the guy looks up and stares at you and goes, in a very gruff voice, "Name's Davil Starsong. I'm the one that called you here. You have run into some of my people before. I must let you know that was an unfortunate circumstance. I'd like to make that up to you." And he slides you a pouch of gold, basically. Says, "Take this, just a meager compensation."
Compensation for what?
Well, I know you're friends with Flem. It wasn't my faction of the Zentarum. Some of the Zentarum may have been a part of his abduction. Yeah?
I
start drinking.
Okay.
I grab two mugs of ale, and I drink two-fisted. Boom, boom, boom.
Whose ale mug are you taking your sips out of?
Well, you know what? You know who.
Probably Sizzles.
I look around and say, "Hey, where
This is
my
not the
mango?"
drinkers.
I leave the ladies with their drink, but I take the bards.
Oh, you haven't figured out that Sizzle doesn't drink yet?
No.
It dampens the mind.
I mean, maybe he's ignored it.
Oh, well.
He doesn't believe such craziness.
Yeah, the dwarf is
who
free to
wouldn't
drink all of her
drink?
drinks. All of her alcohol.
Until the half-orc. That fight last time got the blood kind of running. It was kind of fun to get things warmed up a bit.
It was. So,
Does this happen often?
She just bursts out laughing. Well, that of course is the point of everything. I mean, we don't seek out fights, but when they present themselves or someone pays us, we fight people whenever necessary.
Love it. So the pit is the entertainment here at the Yawning Portal.
Oh, you mean the troll? Well, every once in a while, we'll get something coming up from the Underdeep, but it's not the most common, but that's why we adventurers hang out here, of course. And then
We have another.
yeah. And Davil looks at you and goes, "Well, back to business. So, if you don't know, the Zentarum, we're like a brotherhood. We're a family. We look out for each other. And I can't always, as they say with family, you can't always choose your family. But you deal with them. So I must apologize for the previous faction. Or the previous members. As I said, they were not people under my control. But you guys have proven quite useful. Very useful indeed. I mean, you took out an entire hideout of the bloody Xanathar. I thought you might be interested in joining our family. Just real quick, thank you, Air, for the bits. Much appreciated.
I go grab another glass of mead and I sit next to the dwarf at the bar to let the ladies talk it out with this unsavory fellow.
Wait, I think the dwarf is still at the table. He's just drinking.
Yeah.
good
I'm at the
mead.
table. I'm just drinking two-fisted.
Okay, well, I go to the bar to
Okay.
let them have a talk. I'm still within earshot and listening, but I'm kind of giving off the vibes that I'm not particularly interested in joining, but I haven't just said it yet.
He kind of looks at you as you just get up without saying anything and is kind of squints at you. Little not happy with your slight rudeness towards him.
I notice a stare and I just go, I'm thirsty.
All right.
So
So yeah, he's talked to you about the Zentarum, which is as I said, you're familiar with them. They're called a black network. They do mercenary things mostly. But yeah, they provide loans. They're kind of loan sharks, mercenaries, bodyguards. They kind of do whatever kind of rough and tough work you would expect.
My kind of people.
Sizzle is apprehensive to join because she just is in that time of her life where she just kind of wants to relax and chill, but at the same time she's concerned about her friend Abbott, and she sees that Abbott is interested and kind of wants to be on his side. What say you, Abbott?
You have my ears, young man.
Well, I thought you might be interested. You look like you can handle yourself in a fight.
That's correct.
If you're interested in joining, there's no fee or anything. You just have to make a commitment to us. We are family. We look out for each other.
What's the commitment?
Oh, just commit that you'll be there when we need you. And as I said, we
Done.
might be able to help you in return.
Fantastic.
I know you may have recently acquired a piece of property. I know that property is not in the best of repair. I might be able to help you out with a loan, or maybe some work if you're interested.
Would be great.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yes, our
does your
fantastic
order-
wizard.
Does your order butt heads with the what did you guys just join? I forgot.
Lord's Alliance?
The Lord's Alliance. Yes, thank you.
The Lord's Alliance. I wouldn't say we butt heads, but those pansies, they're nothing.
I
They
like
like-
this guy already.
They like to squabble amongst each other. They have no time for us.
Okay. As long as I'm not going to be fighting my friends.
I kind of lean over to Wizzy and kind of whisper in her ear, I just assume you don't let people know that I'm in the Lord's Alliance.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't talking about her per se. Just some people I know.
So yeah, At that point, he breaks out a little scroll, and he pulls out a knife, puts a little slit in his finger, and dabs his thumb onto the scroll at the bottom near the signature, and turns the scroll to you and or to Abbott and Sizzle. Just sign here, and we have a deal.
In blood?
I gotta sign with my blood.
We're family. It's the only way to concrete our bonds.
I pull out my axe and I slice my hand right down the middle, and I pour it right on the thing, and then smash it down with my fan.
Okay. There was writing on there. At this point, the writing is almost
Smushed.
illegible.
Yep.
And then he turns to Sizzle and goes, "Just one left."
Sizzle very conveniently has bloody nose.
It just smashes her face onto the paper. With a bloody face print, the deal is signed. He pulls the scroll back, folds it up, and then from beneath his tunic, another one of those flying snakes comes out. He ties it to it, and the snake flies off into the distance, and basically flies out the door as someone else comes in. And he goes, "Oh, well, the deal is done. Now, what can I interest you in? We could maybe do a loan, or I think I could find some work for you."
So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
quickly, at the beginning, did he not place a bag of gold on the table for us?
Yeah, he passed you guys a bag of gold already. That was just coverage to say sorry for your trouble earlier.
Okay, so we're adding 25 gold to our pouches.
100.
correct?
Yeah, 25 each. Well,
25 each.
he passed it technically to just Sizzle and Abbott.
I was still there at that time.
Yeah, but you didn't pick up the gold when you left, so the only people remaining. But yeah, it's up to you guys. You can split it how you want.
Wizard, would you like to hold the gold, or do you want me to hold the gold?
I say we should split it 4 ways.
Oh yeah, but not right now.
Never. Okay. Well,
Not in front of this guy.
You can
Yeah.
hold it. Beefier.
Nobody's gonna rob me. People rob banks.
I concur.
People rub banks. That's a great saying. So yeah, anyway, you guys get the gold, and he's asked you what you're interested in, a loan or some work.
I think some work would be great.
Oh, I like a man who likes to get his hands dirty. Well,
I'm your kind of dwarf.
someone is killing elves and half-elf sailors in the dock world. 3 are dead.
And we're
so
gonna reward
far.
them?
Oh, whoa. We're a peacekeeping squad. We don't condone blatant murder.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yes. What was I thinking?
This kind of shenanigans must be stopped. There are already 3 dead so far, and one has been each one has been decapitated by a blade in the dead of night. You can only imagine what the housewives find in the morning when they go to get their daily water. I think it would behoove us to look into this. I think the city watches have little help. They care little for the dark ward these days. That leaves us to look out for ourselves.
We're more than capable.
Well, look into it and come back when you've found something.
Fair enough.
And thanks for the grub. And he drinks both basically, and it's pouring down his beard.
He puts his hand up to Durnan and goes, "Another one for our good brother here." And yeah, just
Like
gets you
this guy.
he gets you another round for the road or for wherever you head to.
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
So I get up a little, a little more cocksure in my step.
I mean, you're a dwarf. Two tankards isn't that much.
I had 3. I had 3, sir.
No, he just got you the third one, so you still have it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That one, you have to go up to Durham to get that one.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So yeah, you guys now basically have 2 missions. You have another place you can visit, the Black Tower or Blackstaff Tower. What would you like to do?
I make my way back over to the building that we own, our tavern, I guess you could call it for now. And I start making plans and start writing letters for the various dignities around. And I tell the group that I'll be there if they decide to go to the tower. Unless, do you all think that you need me?
I mean, the number one rule in D&D is never split the party. It's up to you.
I do not split the party.
All right. Even though we split the party, go sell the bars. All right, I'll tag along, I guess. Although I'm not sure if wizard affairs will be of much interest, but I'll be here for backup.
Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be a barmaid or something you can entertain yourself with.
To the tower.
To the tower?
I guess we're to the tower. Let's see what they have to say.
All right. So obviously the tower is another decent little ride. Do you guys want to take a carriage or?
Yeah. This time, Sizzle will pay for the carriage.
All right. This carriage will be another silver piece.
For all of us, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
No, it's one full silver piece. So just one.
No, I mean to take all of us together.
Yes.
Yeah,
Take
okay.
all of you together. You can head over here, the Blackstaff Tower. And the Castle Ward is it's kind of like a little bit like the Industrial Ward. Not industrial, but yeah, militant ward. It's like it's not really the trade ward, but it's a combination of like there's blacksmiths around as you're passing by, different kinds of barracks and homes. It's not as nice as the North Ward, and definitely not as nice as the Sea Ward, but everything is clean and orderly. And as you pull up to this tower, and the tower looms. This tower, it is sitting below. As you can see, there is a cliff backing the tower, and the tower rises above that and looks over both that cliff and the wall beyond it to overlook out into the sea. And as you pull up to this massive tower, there's like a courtyard around it. So you would pull up to the front gate, which is closed at the moment. But yeah, you can see like there's a big kind of estate or courtyard behind walls surrounding this tower. What would you like to do? Sizzle, you were the one who received the...
Yeah. So Sizzle feels comfortable just walking to the door.
Okay. You want to knock on it?
I'll back her up.
Absolutely.
So as you knock on it, the doors just seem to magically open. And as you look in the door, you see a courtyard with cobblestones, and it's surrounded, and it's a very nice garden as well. And throughout the courtyard, you see what looks to be some kind of students who are either receiving lectures, but there's magic being thrown around everywhere. Some of these students are trying to toss fireballs at targets. Other ones are casting prestidigitation, trying to make things happen. A lot of them fairly unsuccessfully. There seems to be as much going wrong in this courtyard as things are going right, magic speaking wise. But as the doors open, Basically, everyone kind of ignores you because the doors only open, it seems like, for someone who's meant to be there. What do you do, Sizzle?
I am not. The doors aren't opening for me.
No, the doors are wide open now, and what you saw is this courtyard full of students practicing magic, and it looks like there's a couple of lecturers or teachers going about and giving them little tips and hints. And another student has cast a fireball, wildly missed, and hit part of the garden, and is now being scolded by one of the teachers.
So if the door's open, it's allowing us to go in, correct?
Yeah, door's wide open. As I said,
Yeah.
no one seems to pay attention to you because the door's only open for people who are supposed to be there.
So we belong there, and we head on in.
All right. So yeah, you head on in. Beyond the courtyard, you see this base of the tower, basically, that starts and looms way above you, maybe 30 some stories tall.
Oh,
There's
man.
a door that goes to the entrance.
Too old and out of shape to climb all these stairs. What do you guys want to do?
Thea, Abbott?
I say
Sizzle's
go,
not.
but if Sizzle's not up to it, it's hard to say.
I mean, this might take a while, but
Dwarf.
yeah, up the stairs. Can you make it?
How old are you?
I can make it.
I am pushing 60.
So I mean, you don't see any stairs yet. You're still on the outside of the tower, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you're just in the courtyard right now, where there seems to be some kind of, there's a bunch of students and magic being tossed about, and people seem to be trying to learn magic. And as I said, as much is going wrong as is going right.
yeah, but where were the doors that allowed us to come in?
Those were the doors going into the courtyard. So there's there's a wall surrounding the courtyard. Within the walls, there is the courtyard and then the tower itself.
So I look around and see if there's anybody who is looking to talk to us.
As I said, no one seems to be looking to talk to you. They assume you know what you're doing if the door's opened for you.
I'm at the point where I don't know what to do.
Okay. I mean, so in front of you is the doors to the tower. That would be a good place to start.
Yes. Okay, I thought that's where we were. So, yep, let's head to the tower, and I'm going to muscle through this.
Okay. So, I mean, do you want to knock on the doors?
Yes.
Okay. So, as the four of you walk up, as Sizzle walks up to the door and gives it a nice little timid knock, the first time she hits the door, her body just vanishes.
I yell in surprise, "What's going on here?"
Oh my God! Can the door be open?
I say
Do you
to
want
Abbott,
to?
"Hey, go touch the door."
I go try the door.
Okay, so if you go up to try and open the door, as soon as you touch the door, your body vanishes.
Oh. Where do I end up?
We'll get to that as soon as G-Tess and Abbott discuss what they want
Oh,
to do.
okay.
I mutter.
Might
under
as
my
well
breath.
join them.
Yeah, I mutter under my breath. Let's do it. I touch the door as well.
Touch the door.
All right, so yeah, you all vanish, and you reappear in what appears to be a nice little lounge mixed with an office. Sitting behind a desk, working on some books or ledgers, is a female. And let me grab you a picture of her. Have that here. Find it real quick. picture's not showing it. Anyway, yeah, you see it's a dark-skinned woman with dark hair, and she appears to be wearing some kind of deep, rich purple robes. And sitting next to her on a couch not too far away is a gnarled staff that is jet black. And if you were to look around, you notice that you're in a circular room, and there's windows on all sides. And it's very clear that you are very high up at the moment. And the woman looks at you guys as you stumble in and goes, "Well, it's about time. I called you this morning. It's well after noon at this point."
I understand that you called me this morning, but I had a prior engagement.
Did you know?
I apologize.
And what was this engagement? It's more important, staff itself.
Had a meeting at the yawning portal with some people.
Some people.
Personal business.
Yes, that's an interesting way of putting it. I may have mentioned in my message that I keep tabs on, and I know who is interested in you. I am Vajra Safar. I am the Black Staff. For those who don't know, we keep the order. Yeah. We deal with issues. Take care of, shall we say, those who break the law.
I mutter under my breath, there sure are a lot of folks that maintain order around here, aren't there?
We officially maintain order. It is our job. Others just claim to.
Mm-hmm. So
As Abbott falls through whatever the portal, whatever it is, he gets up. He does the sign of Morin, the dwarf god,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "By Morin,
Goes what?
by Morin."
Okay. She looks over at you and goes, "It's just simple magic, dwarf. No need to invoke your gods."
She called herself the Black what?
The Black Staff. And you guys would be pretty familiar. The Black Staff they're kind of like magistrates in the town. They are a magical force that, keeps order around Waterdeep. They deal with. They're kind of like the city guard for magical affairs, I guess.
What can we do for you?
Well, seems some of you may have some talent in the arcane arts. I thought you might be interested in joining us. The Black Staff looks out for their own, if that's something you're interested in.
Sizzle, never mind, giggles to herself. I know she's not talking about me. Has she seen my spell abilities?
We can fix some of your issues, but your innate ability is definitely there.
Tell me more.
Well, you join us, do a couple favors for me. We might be able to find something I can do for you.
I'm 100% in.
All right. Anyone else want to say anything? No?
Not a word.
So I look around and I recognize some of the scrolls. So what do you have to offer to a bard? What kind of knowledge would you be able to impart upon me if I decided to join your group? surely you will have magical incantations or maybe some interesting songs.
Those who seek power instead of knowledge do not do well here at the Blackstaff.
I would argue that oftentimes power comes with knowledge, and it's the knowledge that I seek.
Power comes with knowledge, you are correct. So, how about this? Commit to joining us before I commit to giving you anything.
I accept.
All right? Well, I'll tell you right now. It's been a while since we have heard anything from a contact. He's a man, a monk. He lives in Mount Waterdeep. But he keeps an eye on things for us. He tends to get, shall we say, feelings or connections about certain dealings and where evil will show its face next. I ask that you seek him out, make sure that he is okay, and see or make sure that there is no evil afoot here in Waterdeep.
Is this all you require? No initiation, nothing else further than doing this quest that you're requiring of us?
Well, the Blackstaff has no initiation. Those who do not follow through on their obligations to the Blackstaff meet their own unfortunate circumstances. Your commitment is more than.
And what if we do this quest, how will you follow through on your promises?
I mean, doing your due diligence for the Blackstaff, preventing evil, that should be more than
Sizzle?
I mean, I'm intrigued, but I also have other commitments.
Yes, I've already know about your potential other commitments. I warn you, the Zentarum are not always bad, but they certainly engage in less than reputable circumstances.
I knew I made the right choice.
How urgent is the quest? Do you think that your contact in Mount Waterdeep is in danger, or are you simply wanting us to check up on him to ensure that?
Don't know about imminent danger, but the sooner the better, let's say that. It's never a good sign if we haven't heard.
All right, and you said that we would be able to find him in Mount Waterdeep, correct?
Yeah, and as I said, I showed this to you guys a little earlier, but you guys would be very familiar with Mount Waterdeep. It's this map. It's the bottom or the left-hand side of the map here. There's a pin there. Mount Waterdeep, as I said, is kind of like Mount Rainier or some of the mountains in BC.
Mhm.
Just this massive mountain that goes straight from the sea up to 4,000 meters. And yeah, Waterdeep has been built around it. It's actually within the city walls.
Okay.
How long would it take us to get there, and what time of day is it?
I mean, at this point, it's probably like 1 to 2 p.m. or so. It's an all-day adventure for sure. You'd know that.
Okay, because we all have things to do tomorrow, right?
I turn to Sizzle and I remind her that I've been tasked, along with Thea, to provide escort to one of our benefactors.
To
Some
the
city
lovely guild.
employees.
Right.
And Abbott and I have something we have to do tomorrow. Right, Abbott?
Absolutely.
I mean, he didn't give a certain time frame on that one,
Right.
obviously, but
If you're
We can pledge to check up on him, but it'll have to be after our current
Yes.
commitments.
We have prior engagements for tomorrow in order to.
She looks specifically at Sizzle with a kind of knowing look on her face and goes, "Just be aware, the Zentarum are not all they. They may
but
be leading you on a chain, say the least.
Once I make a commitment, I stick to it.
I do respect that. I understand where you are coming from. After you look into this certain matter, suggest you think better about the company you keep."
Sound advice. I'll take that into consideration.
And then at that point, she just kind of like goes back to looking at her book, and just like blatantly starts to ignore you at this point.
I turn to Abbott and I say, "I can't believe she said that right to your face. About keeping company, you know."
Lad, let me tell you something. I don't deal with magic users typically. Sizzle's a different story, but I don't deal with magic users.
G-Tess is also a magic user. Bards have magic.
Exactly.
That's fair. Fair
Saying
enough.
it's not special.
All right. I make this recommendation that we head back to our inn/tavern/building.
Agreed.
All right. So yeah, you guys are gonna head back to your Full Skull Manor, and why don't we take our first 5-minute break there? Yeah, we will be back in roughly 5 minutes, guys. All right, welcome back in. So yes, our adventurers have now intermingled themselves with the many different networks, shall we call them, factions within Waterdeep. They have made contact with the Lord's Alliance, the Blackstaff, and the Zentarum. They have now headed back to Troll Skull Manor, which is their new home, their new residence, and potentially an up-and-coming inn. So yes, you're back at Troll Skull. What would you guys like to do here?
Have we gotten any furniture yet?
No, the furniture you said would take 5 days. So at this point, you got 3 days left.
Okay.
And it is getting later in the day by the time you've gotten back. You probably dig into some of the leftovers from lunch. It's probably like, yeah, getting into evening time now.
How's our ghost?
I mean, so far, nothing. As you've been cleaning things out, I assume that in your downtime, you're continuing to clean. Nothing seems to be happening too much. He hasn't really shown his face.
Or lack thereof.
So
Hey.
is
I kind of talk to him when I think I'm in the bar area and he may be there and, tell him what's going on or whatever.
Okay. He doesn't really show his face, but you do get like a sense of peace, less so than before when things were getting thrown around.
Sizzle wants to go to the library and see if there's any 3 books that she can find that may be worthy of a fireball spell.
Yeah, so you had those 3 books from before. Kind of remember. I don't have the sheet with me that had the names of them, but yeah, you had
Something about goblin stuff.
Yeah, there's like Goblin Cookbook.
I remind Sizzle that we had 3 books in our own library.
Yeah.
So I head up there to strap those up and stick them in my backpack in case I come across the bookstore in the future.
Okay, sounds good. And yeah, it's probably it's dusk. It's getting dark out now. Yeah, obviously for those who have to go protect the dung sweepers, that would be very early in the morning for you.
Yeah, I reminded everyone that we have to head out early, so I bid everyone a good night and I head to my room.
All right.
Same.
Grab the calendar here. Sounds like we're gonna go to bed.
Yes.
All right. So you head to bed. Is everyone gonna go protect the dung sweepers? You can choose to do it as a party. You can split the party, however you would like to.
So I mentioned, I guess before like I head to bed officially, I asked everyone if they would be willing to assist us on our quest, and in return, like we'll be able to assist them with theirs. I let them know the details that we are guarding a group of merchants, I believe.
Dung
A group of dung sweepers.
Street
They're emergent merchants in something, so they're doing their business. While
Yeah,
other people,
think of them as street sweepers.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe not merchants. Maybe not as glorious as I thought.
He very casually lets them know that does not convey exactly who they're protecting, apparently.
Yes, I will go with you.
Okay.
Wait.
It's still at nighttime. It's still nighttime.
Are we committed at the same time?
I mean, you just have to investigate the murders in the dead of night in the dock ward. So, however your prerogative to go investigate that is.
So yes, I will go with you guys to
Abbott,
deal
what
with
say you?
dung sweepers.
I like the people of the earth, so I'll help you.
All right.
Because
All
we're a team.
So yeah, you guys head down into the dock ward. You come to the intersection of Fish Street and Ship Street. Even at this early hour, the streets are bustling. You know, there are already ships coming into harbor. They're getting unloaded. Things are, carriages and caravans are getting moved from the docks into wherever they're headed. A lot of it is headed to the trades ward. Fineries are headed elsewhere. And then as you pull up to what you would recognize as, what's it called? The Mule Skull Tavern, one of the most popular taverns in Dockward. This is also, as I said, this is like not really the nice area of the dock ward, but it's not run down like the previous area you were hanging out at, which was, we're down here in the dock ward. We've got the Mule Skull Tavern. You guys had gone over the Skewer Dragon over here. This is more the back streets, kind of the slums area. This is, I mean, not nice, but not nearly as run down, right? It's a very, very commercial area. There's lots of shops and things like that along the main street. And as you come up to the Mule Skull Tavern at 6 a.m. in the morning, you see a couple of people starting to stumble out of the tavern. Clearly have been up all night drinking. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Go find the guild people.
All right, so yeah, if you were to head inside, it's pretty clear. You've got a group of people that have their, shall we say, protective clothing on. They've got coveralls and are very obviously a working class type. And there's about 6 of them all together having breakfast in the inn. So,
We're here to look after you and give you protection. Who should we follow?
oh, are you the ones that were sent over to us by the Voyage Alliance?
That's correct.
Oh, great. Oh, man, our job has been hectic recently. We never know if we're gonna even live through our shift. Oh yeah, I mean, we'll be working together, so we can just just all work together. We'll hang out here for shift don't start for another half hour. And so he kind of like pats the bench next to him. It's like sit down, get breakfast.
I sit down.
All right.
I'll take a seat as well. I try to get more information about who's been or any kind of like activity that might be concerning them, like any types of attacks that have been going on recently.
Wow.
Like, what's the cause of concern?
Those goddamn black cloaked thingies. They're everywhere. Both types.
Black cloak things? Do you mean people or what?
Oh, yeah. Those damn Zentarum and the Zentarum.
Zentarum and Zenitar. Okay. So have they been attacking you specifically, at you and yours, or have you been getting caught in the crossfire? What's been going on?
It's like everywhere you go, it seems like there's crossbow bolts flying and magic spells going everywhere. I don't even know.
Okay, and what is it that you expect of us? To just simply prevent any attacks occurring against you? Or
I mean, just you guys being here. Look at you, strapping young lads, carrying armor and weapons. No one will mess with us. They'll steer clear of us all day, I'm sure.
All right. And how late do you need our services?
I mean, start at 6, end at 6.
All right.
What time does it end?
6 p.m.
All right. I'm going to have to leave for a while today. And then I'll be back. But I have an appointment this morning.
Oh, wow. Oh. I mean, the rest of you will stay, though, right?
That's correct. Have no fear. You'll be duly protected. No worries.
Oh, well, okay. Sounds great.
I mean, you got a dwarf, a wizard, and a wonderful bard to protect you.
Yeah.
I'll regale you with stories as we pass the time.
So,
Land far away.
am I protecting this guy from Centauran?
You're more just like, it seems like you're just a deterrent, I guess.
Am I not Zentara?
I pull Sizzle aside actually. Sizzle, could you try to send a message back to your contact and perhaps ask them to maybe for the next 10 days at least, maybe have them not be as active in the area where they're working?
That was kind of my idea as well.
Okay. I think it's a good idea. Let me know what they say. It might make our job quite a bit easier. And then in the evening, we can perhaps try to work with Tithea and then the Blackfall to help them out with their quest. Maybe if we try to pit everyone's, not necessarily against each other, but make everyone's organizations work in the same direction, it'll make it easier overall. What do you think?
I think. Are you saying this in character?
Yes. What do you all think, Abbott?
Thank you. All right, you're finally onto a good idea, Fancy Pants.
All right. Credit to Sizzle as well. I'm sure I saw the look in her eyes. I'm sure she was thinking quite the same thing.
So yeah, do you want to send someone back to try and find what's his name? Sorry. Davil. Davil.
Dark Song.
Yeah.
Dark Star.
Davil's Star Song.
No, I think what we should do is today it'll be ourselves, and we'll try to, we'll have Abbott looking quite menacing as he usually does. And then maybe once we head back, we can try to send someone out. I don't want to thin our numbers too much.
Okay.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to persuade anybody that we might run into.
So do you guys want to order some breakfast? What are you thinking? You got
Oh, yeah,
about yeah,
absolutely.
okay. So you order some breakfast. I'll assume Abbott orders some kind of
I-
grog as well.
And I pay for the for the dung workers meal out of my own money.
Yeah, they just look at you shocked. They're just like, oh, well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. This is fantastic.
No need to worry. No need to worry.
Oh, well, do you mind? I mean, we've got some shit work ahead of us. No pun intended. But do you mind if we get some grog as well?
Of course.
So yeah, get around a grog, all that. For the 6 workers and are you paying for the rest of the party too?
Yes.
We'll call it 5 silver pieces.
Done.
Thank you, kind sir.
It's a bargain.
I tip my my glass towards the dwarf.
All right. So yeah, you guys finish up breakfast. The dung sweepers shuffle out. I assume you follow them. They pick up their brooms and their buckets or whatever you want to call it, and they head to work. They do their usual route. They just kind of start walking around and getting rid of the shit. Yeah, you guys basically watch them until the midday break. Very boring.
About 9:30, I take a carriage ride back to our inn because I have a 10 o'clock appointment at
The Tiger's Eye.
the Tiger's Eye. Yes.
All right. So yeah, that will be a silver piece for the ride. Yeah, basically it'll be a silver piece to go anywhere drastic. If you're going a short distance with the carriage, it would be less. But yeah. You get back, so let me pull up that map just so people know.
You can get to that part anytime you want.
I mean, we can get to it now. I mean, the entire morning goes by basically for the rest of the crew with nothing happening. It's just they're watching them clean up and do their jobs. So yeah, you come over here, you come back to the Tiger's Eye. Pull up that section real quick. And I'm really glad you remembered to keep your appointment. All right. Yeah, you pull up to the Tiger's Eye, which is another 3-story house. Outside, you've got a orange and black sign featuring a cat's eye on it. And yeah, the door is there. If you were to try and open it, it is currently locked.
Knock, knock, knock.
You knock. The guy comes down and swings the door open, and in a very gruff way, "Come on in."
What does he look like?
I mean, he's human. He's got darker skin, slicked back hair. He's dressed in a kind of a nice suit. Kind of imagine a Rat Pack mixed with fantasy dress.
Okay.
You're muted, Thea.
I have time because, as I told you a couple of days ago, I was looking for a way to try to find domestic help for the Troll Skull Inn that we have newly purchased.
Well,
Not purchased, acquired.
yes, domestic help. I don't know how much help I can be of that. I do detective work. I can find anything you need, to be honest. But finding domestic help, my services are not cheap.
What kind of detective work do you usually do?
I can find just about anything and anyone here in Waterdeep.
That's excellent. So, how much? I mean, is there a place somewhere that you can hire servants?
Well, I don't know if there's a specific place, but most servants come up from the dockwood every morning. Of course, if they don't live in.
So there some sort of a guild hall or employment service where people can go to hire them that may be in the dock district?
Well, I don't know specifically, but you guys now own the Troll Skull Manor. You know, it's an inn. I assume you've joined the Tavern Keepers Guild.
Not yet, but it looks like it must be in our future.
Yes, I would find them. They can give you all the connections you would ever need. Anything tavern related.
Where would I find them?
Oh, I do not know off the top of my head. I could find them if you wanted to pay me for my time.
How much are we talking here?
I have a standard investigation. 50 gold pieces, and I find anything anywhere within the city of Waterdeep.
You know what? I think I will keep you on my list for something a little more serious. And I'll contact you later if we have need of something that would be more interesting for you to pursue.
Oh, well, yes, I do like interesting investigations. Things to pass the time, shall we say.
Well, then, good day to you, kind sir. Oh, may I inquire your name?
Yes, my name is Vincent. Vincent Trench.
All right, Vincent Trench. I'll put you down on my list. And in case I have not introduced myself, I am Tathea. And I look forward to working with you in the future.
Yes. Well, appreciate you being timely. Well, hopefully see you soon. All right, so yeah, I assume you leave.
With that, I just go back and join the others with the Dun Sweeper.
Yeah, it'll be another silver piece for a carriage ride back.
Okay.
And you probably catch them right around the time they're taking their lunch break. Most of them have some kind of very basic wrapped up lunch, an apple, some cheese, some bread. Yeah, they sit down, take their lunch, not very long, maybe half an hour to eat lunch. They're bantering back and forth, talking about the craziness of the times and all of that between the gang wars happening around them and all of that.
Though I will bring up as my mission, is there a place to hire servants for, especially for an inn in this area? Is there some sort of employment agency?
It's well, we don't know. We're a part of our guild. And ask. I'm sure you're a part of your innkeepers guild. Yes.
Where would I find the innkeepers guild?
Oh, I mean, I don't think I would know, but I'm sure you could ask at any tavern or inn.
Okay. I just figured since you do the streets that you would know what was on the streets.
I mean, we clean the streets of the Dockward. I have never seen a sign for an innkeeper's guild. I just know that, well, they're everywhere. Our boss deals with them all the time to make sure that we sweep the streets outside of the inns.
Okay.
They're level 2, V-Man. So yeah, basically, yeah, you would go through, basically the entire day. Nothing really happens. You're just out there doing your thing, watching them, chatting. Yeah. So you come back to the inn at the end of the day, and at 6 p.m., they have their lunch, as per usual. Or, I mean, their dinner at the inn. So they basically eat breakfast and dinner there. And now you guys, they say, well, thank you so much for watching out for us. I felt so safe out there. Yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I want to go to the yawning portal and speak to Duran.
Okay. You guys all want to do that?
Before we go out, I ask, what is it that you all have to accomplish tonight? What was part of your all's task given by the Zentura?
Are we alone? Are we alone, Bardic?
Yeah, at this point, you guys are basically alone at a table. You might have had some.
I lean over quietly and I say, "There's been murders of half elves and elves in a certain district that we have to investigate."
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think that Wizzy and yourself are enough, or should we accompany you?
We would definitely want the help.
Okay, what time do you need to be there? Because I think Tathea would like to
nighttime.
Nighttime? Okay, so we should have enough time to visit the inn, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It'll be a quick visit, and we can just pick up something for dinner there.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
All right, so yeah, you guys head back to the yawning portal. Another silver piece for a carriage ride, assuming you would like to do that.
I'll cover that.
Matty? You guys are back here at the yawning portal. Grab. Here we go. Here's the yawning portal. Got Durnan there. Thea, you walk into the yawning portal. I assume you walk up to the bar to Durnan.
Yes. I've been told since I'm seeking domestic help for Troll Skull Inn, and I was suggested that maybe I should inquire from other innkeepers where I could seek employees. So can you help me out?
Oh, yes. The damn Tavern Keepers Guild. The man you're looking for is Disturd Weedlewarp, that damn rat of a halfling. Oh, do not like that man. But yes, he can get you done, figured out with your membership dues, and no matter how much I dislike the man, it is a guild to be a part of. They can all help us out.
Okay, can you give me directions, and what was his name again?
Disturd Weedlewarp. I don't think you even need directions. He'll probably show up in your doorstep, but if you really want to seek him out, he'll be somewhere in the trade district.
Oh, he definitely showed up. I don't think that he was necessarily pleased.
I think he got chased off, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, he basically gives you the directions to a building in the trade district. He also goes, I'm sure the man will be back back to visit you if he hasn't already. He's a persistent little bastard.
Well, in case he doesn't, I'll go look him up
Yes.
If I get the time.
He gives you the location of the Innkeepers Guild headquarters and just kind of gives you that information that, you just wait around. You'll probably come back around the time you're looking to open a tavern.
Okay. So we can go have a bit to eat and drink and carry on with the other mission.
Righty. So yeah, you guys head back to the Yawning Portal. Pull up the calendar here. At this point, it's well past dark.
Should we break here?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, we can take a break here. We will come back. We're gonna assume you guys don't go to sleep because you may want to go to the dock district to investigate other things,
Yes.
or you may not. But yeah, so yeah, unfortunately, guys, some people are not feeling super well today, and all of that. So we are gonna take a short D&D session this week, but we will be back in force next week. But why don't we just go around real quick and say who we are and what we do, give ourselves a little plug. Why don't we start with G-Tess?
Yeah, G-Tess is my character in our D&D game, our session, if you want to call it that. Also known as TavernSideGaming. I stream. Taking a short stream break, I saw someone mention in chat, but yeah, there's some family stuff going on, some work stuff, so taking care of that. But I normally stream Ashes of Creation, and every now and then I stream variety games. So you can check me out at TavernSideGaming on Twitch, also on YouTube and Twitter.
And Sizzle, you want to give a shout out?
Sizzle, also known as Wizzy McNasty. I am a Virtues recruiter for Virtue Guild. Yep. If you're interested in Virtue, hit me up in Discord.
Right, Tathea.
I'm a great follower of Ashes, an avid D&D player. I don't have any social media or programs or anything. So you'll just see me on different podcasts and in the forums for Ashes of Creation.
And Abbott Silverbeard.
Hello, I'm Abbott Silverbeard, and I am an officer in the Lords of Dunham, an all-dwarf guild for Ashes of Creation. And if you're interested in anything like that, just give me a ring on Discord under Zezeb.
All right. And yeah, those are our players for Tuesday. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m., same starting time, we have our second weekly session with a new group.